All right, I'm back. It's hot off the presses, y'all. We moving. We moving fast. Okay, so first off, this is the first time I'm actually going to do this. If you want to work with me, please hit the link in my bio and ask to work with me. There will literally be a link up there that says put your name here. I will have a link. I'll let you know what the price is and everything. Because this is groundbreaking what I'm about to say. And this is for everybody who's in the law of assumption community, who's in the law of attraction community, who listens to Abraham, who listens to a lot of the people that are touting robotic affirming. We're going to talk about crisis management when you are going through a financial problem right now, but you're robotically affirming for that to financially change. Let's talk. I don't think anybody has really addressed this in a lot of ways. Okay, first off, when you're robotically affirming, you're clearing your energy. You're cleansing and clearing your energy. As you cleanse and clear your energy, your vibration lifts and better things will happen to you. But let's say you still got major problems happening. And so I want to talk about people who might have utility problems, like they can't pay their bills, who are worried about their car getting picked up because they're late behind the process. I want to talk to people who, and I'm not talking to people who are going after SPs because that's not my specialty. I'm really a money person. Okay, so period. But I think you could apply this to that anyway. Let's talk. Okay? Let's say you are affirming robotically for an amount to hit you, like a certain amount that you want every single month. Let's say you're saying the magic figure seems to be everywhere, $1,000 a month. Everybody's robotically affirming for $1,000 a month. How do you deal with things right now in the 3D or in your current life when you're not sitting and programming your brain, which is what I would call it? How do you deal with the things that are dealing with, let's say you have to call somebody about your car payment, or let's say you have to call somebody about your utility payment, or let's say you have to call someone about your house payment or your apartment. Let's say you have to call someone about anything that deals with money that you don't have right now. I'm going to tell you, you need to understand, you need to kind of switch off from affirming for the money at that moment and affirm that you're going to bump into the person, or the person that picks up the phone is going to be someone that's going to help you. Okay? I also suggest that you come up with a generic chant. One of my favorite ones is purple flowers, white flowers. It gets me through everything. Literally, purple flowers, white flowers. I will say that over and over and over again while I'm going through a very stressful period. And also asking for a person who can help me. And it doesn't have to be about finances all the time. Let's say sometimes it's about your health. It could be your family's health. It could be literally a car accident. It could be anything. How do you deal with that right now while you are robotically affirming for this amazing life to change, for things to change? You have to immediately kind of drop what you're doing with the robotic affirming for a little while. And then what you do is you have to then start affirming in your mind, this is going to work out for me. That's the law of relativity. This is working out for me. Or, like, let's say a cop is coming to the car accident scene. This is going to be the most helpful cop under the planet because I got insurance, I got this. Or let's say you don't have insurance. This is going to be the most helpful cop under the planet because I just lapsed and everything is going to work out. I've paid it. Something is going to work out for me. You can be doing robotic affirming for whatever it is that you want, but how do you manage your life, your literal life that you get up and work through every single day outside of the robotic affirming goal that you're going after? Thank you, everyone. And hello to everybody. You're going to you got to kind of get into this mindset where you switch quickly. And I think it's what they call revision. but I don't think it's quite that. I would call it the process. It's a moving target, and while it's moving, I'm right there writing how it's going to be. You're going to write how it's going to. You're going to say in your mind, this is going to happen. Let's say you have to call someone to make to borrow some money. Let's say it's about finding about a loan approval. Let's say everyone is not in a destitute situation, but let's get to. I want to get to the people who are dealing with serious issues. Let's say you're calling to make a payment arrangement somewhere. You need to be asking for you need to be saying over and over again in your head as you're making that phone call or just putting it out there. I'm going to get the most agreeable person that I can find that's going to answer this phone to help me get through whatever it is I'm getting through right now. That's what you're doing. And you have to do it with things that are being thrown at you throughout the day. Okay? As that ball gets thrown at you, you got to learn how to kick it down the field. And as you're kicking it down the field, you're not just going to kick it down the field going, well, this is what they told me. No, because robotic affirming is telling you with the law of assumption that you can write your life any way you want. Well, okay, you're getting ready to write this situation the way that you want it. You're going to make it better. Let's say you have a cantankerous landlord who wants you out of the apartment and you've paid everything or you guys had an agreement and now they back at the door acting crazy. Even after maybe laws and like a judge got involved, there was a court hearing and everything, and they're still there getting on your nerves. You have to now ask for the most agreeable version of them to step forward while you're standing there talking to them. And then if you have to call the authorities because they're being completely unagreeable, right? But they loosen a little bit, they don't even have to loosen. Just say this situation is going to work out for me. And their attitude is going to switch towards me. And people are going to come here and help me if I need to call for help. You need to be able to understand that you're going to be able to put these type of things into what you do on a daily basis. You see, a lot of the times, the reason why people don't want to deal in the law of assumption and law of attraction area is you're dealing in la-la land most of the time. You're not thinking about your day-to-day life and how it's going to affect that. That's the whole reason that I tell everybody with my crisis management tips that gratitude is your first thing. Gratitude clears the slate for a lot so that when you are making these phone calls, when you are making these arrangements to get through what a lot of people are going through right now. Thank you, Mark Bright. A lot of people are going through right now. They're going through the increase in prices over food. So all of a sudden, the amount of money that you used to have available after you went to the store, you don't have available anymore. And everything's super tight. Gratitude clears you so that maybe somebody calls you. If you have a business, somebody calls you and says, yo, could you do this for me? Or somebody drops something off. Or you get better sales when you go into the store. Gratitude clears you, right? Okay. The next reason why you're doing meditation is because these are stressful times. We are literally looking at people who are trying to figure out what they're going to do day to day, if they're going to be living in certain parts of the world, who they're going to vote for in this part of the world. If you walk out the door, what's going to happen? I mean, I had a standoff on my block, which I've never seen in the 6 years I've been here, until, what was it? I think it was last week I saw this. Gratitude and meditation kept me a kill, but it was a bit jarring, right? You have to have a process that you're going to do when you are dealing in the 3D. And I think a lot of coaches are not paying attention to the fact you got to live right now. You have to live right now. You're not living in the fifth dimension. The fifth dimension is the place where you can go and work and change things and come back through that fourth dimension and into this third dimension, but you're still dealing with everything that's in front of you that they go, oh, it doesn't matter. Or as Abraham would say, it's chew gum. But it's gum stuck on your wall, right? Like, you got to deal with it. And so It's called, okay, I understand that goal was already achieved. Those thought processes were already put in place and everything's in front of me that I said that I wanted. But a lot of other stuff is in front of you too, right? And we leave those things in this nebulous place, this cloudy place, where a lot of people are not addressing this. The law of assumption is awesome. You're putting yourself over and over and over again into a place where you eventually will be. And it can happen at any given moment. Until it happens, you still got to deal with stuff that's going on right now. If your lights are getting cut off because you couldn't pay the bill, what did the law of assumption do for you in that moment? I'm just saying. And people go, oh, well, that would never happen. Yes, it would. Yes, the heck it would. Because if you are affirming for income that you don't have right now, and things are going like this, the waves, right? Most of the time, like I said in a previous video here, that our waves are being controlled by everything around us. The way we think is being controlled by everybody that wants to tap into our energy and get the stuff from us. They want to get our resources. They don't want to give you resources to learn how to keep everything going and afloat. And every single time you run down the edge of the river, you hit a rock and you are steady and moving. They want you to drop a little bit so they can get some of your stuff. Drop, go to the hospital, broken leg, this. Oh, we got him this time. Big time at the ER. You have to start thinking in terms of, how do I decide my life is mine? And I'm going to make this be what I want it to be. 3D, 4D, 5D, 6D, whatever Ds these people want to come out with. Let's pick any letter of the alphabet at this point. Seriously. I know D stands for dimension. I get that. However, things are always changing. We are living at best with a moving target most of the time. Pink? No. My point to you is that you have a day-to-day thing that you need to deal with. You need to be affirming for what it is that you want in the future, because then you're controlling your life and you're getting ready to get what you want. And then you also need to be understanding that this life is much more malleable even in the current state, the current life you're living. You pick up the phone, you can pick up the phone and just say, before you actually connect with the person, just before you pick up the phone, this is going to be a great conversation, and any type of drama that's coming, it's not mine. You have then changed how the entire conversation is going to go. That's how powerful we are as human beings. Most of the time we live in reaction, and we don't need to understand. We don't get to the point where we understand that we can make our lives be what we want it to be. That's what this whole SP stuff is about, where everybody's going, well, how do I get the person to call me? You just do it. And I'm going to tell you that it's not as amorphous of an idea. You're not controlling the person. I'm going to tell you this, because I know in the situation that I'm in right now, I was the actual SP that the person was affirming for. And they would never admit it. Never. And I'm in a relationship with them. But I know what they were doing. I was nowhere near wanting to be in a relationship. I didn't think about him like that. Me? No. I was coming out of something bad and I was not feeling good when I met him. But he had this thing he was doing every single time he was near me. I didn't know nothing about it because we weren't talking. I knew nothing about it. Nothing. And then I got to this place where, like I said, I was coming out of it and I need to do a lot of healing. I did the healing, and I just set up this affirmation because I was in this manifestation class. I've told this story a few times. I was in this manifestation class, and everybody in the manifestation class was thinking about getting a relationship or repairing different relationships in their lives. I was there for the money. That was it. I said, okay, let me put this love affirmation in here because I'm open to it, but I got other things to do. I opened myself to it, and before you know it, when the opportunity hit, he and I saw each other, and boom. But the active work was really more so on his part, not mine. I didn't know anything about what he was doing, and I don't think he did either. He just was moving and thinking as a human being, and that's what we all are doing all the time. And we don't understand that when things finally land in our lap, there's a lot more that you're doing. But most of the time, what you do is you get the bill. I got this bill. Gotta pay that. Gotta go buy groceries. Gotta go get gas. I mean, right now, gas has gone all the way up to, is it, I think in a sedan, somebody told me $60. A sedan? I was doing that in a Murano years ago. In a car? A 4-cylinder car? That